Camera's good?
Okay. Well. All right. Y'all ready? All right. Great to come up here and get a win. Versus a very good football team. We came out really a tale of two halves, and first half had 3 possessions, and the fourth was 27 seconds to go. And 3 possessions, 64 yards. Those 3 possessions had 3 punts, and then second half 4 possessions, like 295 yards and 4 scores in the fourth. So, tell it 2 halves from an offensive standpoint. We set out defensively really to accomplish a couple things. Number one was to stop the run, and I thought we did a great job of that. I thought the D-line made a major step forward today. Then we said we had to affect the quarterback, and affecting the quarterback is not always just getting pressure. It's also changing up things in the back end. And look, he's a daggum good quarterback, and but we forced him to do what we wanted him to do, and that was roll, get out of the pocket, scramble, get happy feet, change things up on the back end, and we were able to make some plays on some balls. I think Tajay, what a great play he made down here as they were going in there at the end. But really proud of the football team. Really proud of them. There's always things to clean up. I know you guys are going to ask me, well, what about coming on the road and noon games in the first half versus the second half? Well, I was going to tell you, I don't have an answer for that right now. I guess I'll go back to what I said on Thursday and stick that cattle prod or whatever with the sun doesn't shine. But no, I thought they were in a good place as far as coming out ready to play. It was a weird flow to the first half. We end up punting, pinning them back. They drive the field. We get the fumble recovery, so we get the ball right back. So then we went basically the entire first quarter, I think. It was, the second time we got the football was 13-24 in the second quarter. So, but when you see a game's happening like that, every drive is critical, right? Every drive is critical. And then came at halftime and made some adjustments on some things, made some adjustments offensively, and it was able to help us out looking really to throw to run as opposed to the other way around. So, Isaiah had a big play down the side of one. So, anyway, questions?
Chad.
Maybe you felt this way in the preseason, but do you feel especially now, no matter what is thrown at this team, they're going to be able to handle or just overcome no matter what?
It's a special group of kids, men, special group of men. They are. They got to stop doing this to me, though. That's our MO, right? One score games or something, but at least this was actually finished a 2-score game, so we're making progress. But the belief this team has, it has a lot to do with how close they are. This is a close-knit team, right? And you don't see that a lot anymore. I think that's something that gets lost in college football now. Everyone talks about, NIL, and everybody wants their own, and this and that. And you can't have a team like you. Well, I believe this team is rooted in its core, like the teams we've all probably grown up being around, being a part of. They're close. They believe in each other. They trust each other, and I trust them.
It seemed like you had 2 huge momentum plays go your way in the first half. The fumble recovery by Omar, which was a great hustle play by him, and then they dropped the snap on the field goal there, and that was a momentum play. Almost another turnover there as well. Can you quantify how big those plays were, and just in terms of keeping you guys in the game, and when you didn't have momentum in the first half and things were a little sluggish?
Yeah, goodness gracious, it was 10 points off the board for them, and 7 for us. So that's a massive swing. The flow of the game's going like that when we got 7 out of it, but the defense is right back on the field. But no, it was real big. It was real big. This game was a big situational football game. When you get this part of the year, and games are close, they're going to be situational ball. I thought defense did a really nice job down on the goal line. We got the fumble on the one. Later on, we had a really big stop, held in the field goal down there, even after a delay game penalty. We're trying to move the guy, linebacker trying to move the D lineman over and slaps him on the hind end, and all of a sudden it's mimicking the clap. So not intentional, but yet it was a penalty, and that could hurt us. But I believe both their necks back right there. I thought JJ played well inside. And then I thought our pass rush was much continued to be much improved. Last 2 weeks we're making major steps in progress with that.
Jackson.
Secondary didn't have Amari today, but how would you say those guys stepped up and played better today?
Yeah, it's like anything. You watch the film and see how they played, but we kept things in front of us. For the most part, kept things in front of us, and that was part of the plan too. In the middle of the field, you're not scoring points in the middle of the field, right? But when you get down that tight red area, you got to be able to bow it up. We got to tighten up some coverage on some things, especially some of the outside routes, comebacks, and those things. But they also made some really good plays on the football and got guys down. But we'll look at it and see and be able to evaluate them more, and we'll go in and work to correct the things we got to get better at.
You mentioned you made some adjustments at halftime from kind of the night of you from the stands. It seemed like you guys were getting pretty beat physically, particularly on the offensive side.
Yeah, we were.
Okay. I was going to ask how much was it physical versus the schematic changes you made?
Halloween's coming, so we just removed the soul of them and then put something else back in there. No, they did. They're a real physical football team, and they did. They got probably charted it out. Probably got the better of us in the first half. The one thing this team believes, and we preach all the time, is can you go 4 quarters playing that way, right? Because the body blows do eventually add up, and over the course of time, to play that way every single play of every single of every quarter, every possession, right? That's hard to do, and I think by the 4th quarter, our guys had worn them down, and we were able to get some good things going. But now they got a really good defensive line. Right? We knew that coming in. Right? It's like they're playing with 12 sometimes, and we get sustained blocks. So it's all things we got to continue to better at. But at the end of the day, we'll talk about those with the team tomorrow and correct them. I'm super excited for this team to be 7-0 for the first time in a long time.
Okay.
It seemed like the hardest yard for them to get was the final yard to get into the end zone. It's been multiple stops.
Who's that?
Your defense, yeah, defensive line. Or Duke, they just couldn't get in the end zone multiple times there.
Our D line couldn't.
Duke's offense.
I'm messing.
What?
I can be funny, right? Come on, I know I got a horrible. I guess my sense of humor is just horrible. So. It's funny to me. That's all that matters.
What is it on the D line that's got that situation on lockdown to prevent touchdowns there?
The other next back, I thought BG did a really good job with some of the in preparation with some of the packages too. We had some different packages. I mean, they were running guys on and off the field every play, making us do the same because we're matching personnel with them. We had no issues with too many guys on the field. We're trying to match personnel. We ended up catching them one time down there and having too many guys on the field when they were trying to match them in and out. And it was a good job by him putting the packages together to have the right people in the game at the right time.
Chad.
We've talked about each week it's bigger and bigger and bigger. But do you sense something? I feel like these guys are loose. They don't feel that money. Is that accurate?
You can't let the anxiety creep in. We talked about the noise and all that, and they hear the noise. Yeah, they hear the stuff. But what do they choose to give their full attention to? That's what matters. What do they give their full attention to? And really, that comes back to trust. Do they trust me in what I say? Do they trust their coaches in what they say versus what they hear on the outside? So.
Go if you want to wrap us up. We've got players in here.
Sure. 2 things. Tight ends played really well, Josh. Great blocks, and you got all of them involved again. How's that developing? And then also, before halftime, it seemed like the clock was running before the ready on the last play to Canyon.
Oh yeah.
Was that accurate that they started before the ready? It looked like.
I know, but I'm not saying anything about it. That doesn't matter. It makes no difference right now at this point.
And the tight ends, in them.
Oh yeah, that was good. The last 2 weeks we've gotten more involved in the passing game. We've needed them. I think it's a safety net. With the way we've been running the ball. I mean, look, we came out of the bye week too. I mean, we do work during the bye week also, right? And see where we got to help ourselves and how we can help out the quarterback and give them some easy outlets there. Guys want to drop back and take away deeper routes and things underneath are going to be open. And we're able to hit them. And what would they have today? It was doesn't have them all on here, but it's a good amount of yards. I know that they ended up having. and I don't even about the yards, but there were big plays at big times. You know, we ran a complement of the playoff play we ran last week. We ran on 2-point. We ran the play off of a pop pass down the seam. JT got down tight and stayed with beef, and we had that real. It was a big play to Hart there that we had towards the end. So I'm just looking at Haynes went over 100 again.
In the last round.
Wow. So, I don't know if you saw, he's like looking at the sideline as he's running, looking at me to see if
He kinda
if
like-
he wanted me to, him to go down. And I was like, if it was under 2 minutes, I would say yes. I mean, but nah, go score. No, that's it, guys. Go Jackets. Thank you.
Thanks, Greg.